And we back. I'm too cool for school today, y'all. The last day of 2025. My Eagles are NFC East champions. It's been a while. We took 2 weeks off, but we chilling right now. We tunnel vision. We not worried about the latest to the right or the left. Not worried about the 49ers or the Seahawks or the Packers or the Rams. They don't matter. They're irrelevant. They're just people in our way. We just had an impressive win. We're about to shock the world. Go back to back, like I said, in the very first episode of this podcast.
In other news, game of the year, Sunday Night Football. The Bears against yours truly, the one and only San Francisco 49ers. 42-38. Did you watch the game, Jeffrey?
Hello? Wait.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game of the year?
My Eagles shutting out the Bills. MVP caliber Josh Allen.
Well, first of all, they had 12 points, so you didn't shut them out.
We shut them out for 3 quarters.
Secondly, that wasn't the game of the year.
Could your defense do that? I'm asking for a friend.
Secondly, that wasn't the game.
Could your defense do that? Yes or no?
Absolutely, we could.
No. Anyway, the game against the Bears for you all was very impressive on a multitude of reasons. There was no George Kittle. There was no Brandon Ayuk. Obviously, Debo's with the Commanders. And you hung a 40-burger on the Bears, something my offense, Kevin Patullo, could not do.
Y'all had 15 when y'all played them, right?
Doesn't matter. Would it matter? Playoffs is a different ball game. Y'all see why. I have so much faith in my team. But anyway, it was impressive. Defensively, it was pathetic. You made, in your words, Caleb Williams look like Patrick Mahomes. Didn't you say that?
I did.
Oh, well, he did look pretty impressive until that last play. But
in a losing effort.
Wouldn't matter. I would say that game was very
entertaining
and fun to watch. But neither one of those teams will be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl, so it doesn't matter. Neither one of those. The only thing that game proved to me was neither one of you guys have a good defense.
Well, the Bears' defense looked pretty good against y'all.
I mean, a lot of defensive look good against us this regular season if you have an incompetent play caller, but that's besides the point.
Are you changing play callers for the playoffs?
Yeah.
I'm afraid not.
I'm afraid we are. You haven't heard the news. This just in, Jeffrey Holmes will be calling the plays for the 2025-2026 remainder of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles.
So what we're not going to do on our podcast is lie. So that won't be happening. Very impressive victory. I think Brock Purdy showed America why he got $50 million a year. He played exceptional. He threw receivers open, anticipated the throw.
You remember you used to talk
about him? Used his legs.
You remember you used to talk about him not throwing people open?
Yeah, but I always said he threw people open.
Oh, that was Garoppolo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Another bum that played for you all.
Right. We look very good. I'm hearing that we may get Fred Warner back. We make it to the NFC Championship.
That's not happening. You can keep dreaming, buddy. What did he do again?
Broken ankle.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm looking at this game against the Seahawks. A lot at stake.
Talk to me.
NFC West champs. Best division in football. Number 1 seed in the playoffs. Extremely significant considering we only have one team in each conference that gets that bye week. So, a lot of stake in that Seahawks 49ers game. Number 1 seed, bye week, division champ, inside track to the Super Bowl, host 2 games at home. So, learned a lot about our team against the Bears, and we'll continue to gain more and more education as our Super Bowl season progresses.
I feel like that game showed a lot to the NFL. It did feel like a playoff game. It had a lot of playoff implications for one, and then two, it showed that maybe Caleb Williams is the real deal. Brock Purdy has proven time and time again this season, and then not last season, but the season before that he can be a starter caliber quarterback in the league.
Oh, he's proven much more than that. Don't slight my guy. You talking about Caleb Williams is the real deal. Brock Purdy has proven time and time again this year and 2 years ago.
What did he do last year?
He's a starting caliber quarterback.
What did he do last season?
He's proven much more than a starting caliber.
What did he do last season?
He was a finalist for the MVP 2 years ago.
What did he do last season?
Went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
What did he do last season?
He was injured. Now he's healthy.
Right.
Ask the Bears.
He was injured the whole season?
Ask the Bears.
He was injured the whole season?
Oh, we back on your last year thing?
I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
Your friend named last year? That friend?
Last year, what did the Eagles do? Anyway, like I was saying, both quarterbacks have to prove to me that they're the real deal in the playoffs. I think regular season means nothing, honestly. So we'll see who Brock Purdy is in the playoffs against a competent defense like the LA Rams, like my Philadelphia Eagles, like the Seahawks defense. Those are my top 3 NFC defenses. Panthers defense is solid. You guys have already beat them, but they have a decent defense for.
Yeah, we beat the Panthers. We beat the Seahawks. We beat the Rams, Bears. We beat pretty much everybody's gonna be in the playoffs except y'all.
Right.
And the Packers.
Hall of Fame. Who's your top 3 people that can be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I'm going Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, and Adam Vinatieri.
Why?
And I'm gonna give you my top 5. I'm gonna go beyond 3. Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Fame. Like, that's a no-brainer. Got to get in, and got to get in the first time around. There's some guys who footprint on the game warrants first ballot consideration without much thought or debate. So, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, right off the top. Fitz, best wide receiver of his generation, one of the best of all time, made the NFL all-time team. So I would start with those 2. Adam Vinatieri, in the conversation for greatest kicker of all time, has the absolute most memorable kick in league history in the playoffs in a blizzard. 45, 46-yard field goal against the Raiders that really was the catalyst for their dynasty. The Brady Tuck rule game, for those who remember. So Brees, Fitz, Vinatieri. And then, the Hall of Fame usually does a good job of spreading the wealth. Not often do you see multiple guys from the same position get in. So because Brees gets in, I don't think Eli Manning does. Because Fitz gets in, I don't think Torrey Holt or Reggie Wayne get in this time around. I do believe ultimately both of them will get in. I would go Darren Woodson.
Okay.
Has paid his dues. He retired some 20 plus years ago, so he's been retired far beyond 5 years. It's been long enough. He was an instrumental part of the 90s Cowboys dynasty that won 3 Super Bowls. He was a member of all 3 Super Bowl championship teams, 5-time Pro Bowler, I think 3-time All-Pro. Darren Woodson. And if I had to go with a lineman between Willie Anderson, Jari Evans, and Marshall Yonder, I'm going to go with Marshall Yonder. 8-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, 2-time All-Pro. So I'm going with those 5 guys. That would be my top 5. So you got a quarterback, a receiver, a kicker, a safety, and a lineman. Who would be your top 5?
I would say, for sure,
Feel free to Google. I know you're a little,
Drew Brees.
behind the ears.
Yeah. Drew Brees, just because it's Drew Brees, he's probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game. So obviously a Super Bowl champ, plenty of Pro Bowls, You guys know the stats. Larry Fitzgerald, one of my favorite players growing up. I remember he was on the Madden cover when I was a kid. Always been a fan of his game. Great receiver. I would say
an even better person, real high character guy.
Yeah, he's very humble. Never in any type of drama. Very clean guy. Another person I would say is Frank Gore, only because, you shared with me earlier, Frank Gore is number 3 on the all-time running back list. Now the question is to be had:
16,000 yards exactly for Frank.
Do you put Frank Gore over a guy like Adam Vinatieri? Who knows? Adam Vinatieri has Super Bowls. He's probably the greatest kicker to ever play. And, kickers don't really usually get in. So my argument, the top strongest 3 picks for me is Drew Brees, Larry Fitz, and Vinatieri joining Richard. And then I would say Frank Gore. And then my last one, nobody's talked about Terrell Suggs. The thing he's brought to the game, he has changed the game. Yes, we all know those Ravens defenses for Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. But when you look at Terrell Suggs, without Terrell Suggs, we can argue, do the Ravens make it over the hump? When in that what was that, 2012? 2012 with Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis was older in his career. Without Terrell Suggs holding it down on the other side of the field, Ravens might not be Super Bowl champions today. So
that's a fair point.
I would say Terrell Suggs as well. I said Adam Vinatieri. I said Fitzgerald. I said Drew Brees. I said Frank Gore. That's 5.
Like that list.
Yeah.
I like.
I think I think Luke Kuechly is premature, a little bit too premature, only because he didn't play 10 seasons, and he's so fresh out the game, low key, 2012 to 2019. Now he's already a Hall of Famer. I think a couple other guys like a Terrell Suggs deserve to be in the Hall of Fame before him.
To that point, I think the criteria in some respects has been lowered for what constitutes Hall of Fame consideration. Mm-hmm. And I look at guys, if you're telling me a guy is a Hall of Famer and he played less than 10 years, mm-hmm. I'm looking at guys like Gale Sayers and Terrell Davis.
Okay, now he putting us on game, Coach.
Right? Gale Sayers played 7 seasons, I believe. Mm-hmm. For those who don't know, Gale Sayers was like the Barry Sanders of his generation.
Okay.
Like the best athlete on the field pretty much his entire career when he was healthy. So, and then Terrell Davis played, I think, 8 seasons, back-to-back Super Bowls, 2,000 yards, a league MVP, and a Super Bowl MVP. So if you are going to be a Hall of Famer and you're playing less than 10 seasons, to me, you have to have a career that rivals that of Gale Sayers and Terrell Davis. They set the bar very high for players to make it into the Hall of Fame for playing less than 10 seasons. And this is not a knock on Luke Kuechly individually. This is for all players who've played less than 10 seasons. What makes you Hall of Fame worthy if you did not check the longevity box?
And then it's honorable mention, guys like Jason Witten. Even though I'm an Eagles fan till I die, but 1,200 receptions, 13,000 receiving yards, 74 touchdowns. You gonna put him out the list? He's had a great career.
He gets in now.
I think it's a little overdue, if you ask me, Jason Witten to be in the Hall of Fame. So
he gets in. The issue with Jason Witten and Reggie Wayne and Torrey Holt, the issue that I believe they are going to have is they played in the past happy era. So, in comparison to some of their predecessors, their numbers may appear to be a bit inflated.
Yeah.
With that being said, the numbers are what they are. You can't take Jason Witten's receptions and yards away from him. He did accumulate those numbers. So I do believe he gets in, but I think, especially with the wide receiver position, you got to spread the wealth to other positions, or else you'll be putting 2 and 3 wide receivers in every season or every year for the ceremony. But 1,200 receptions, 13,000 yards. I mean, those are wide receiver numbers. His numbers are better than almost all of the wide receivers who have ever played, outside of a handful of guys who have one name recognition, like a Rice or a Moss or a T.O. Not too many players have 1,200 catches.
Facts.
Or 1,300 receiving yards. Those are Hall of Fame numbers for sure.
Now let's get to this Week 18, the matchups. We have 3 playoff implication games, 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. But let's just start with Week 18. We could go through the playoff implication games as we go. First game up, Saturday, January 3rd. We have the Panthers playing the Bucks. Winner, as of Saturday, will be in the playoffs. Loser goes home as of Saturday. Only reason I say as of Saturday, because if the Falcons win, Panthers are in regardless. If the Bucks win, Falcons lose, the Bucks are in. Who do you like and why?
I like the Panthers. I think they've been playing better football down the stretch. They just beat the Bucks 2 weeks ago. They recently beat the Rams. They also beat the Packers, the Cowboys. You look at the Panthers' wins, they have some pretty solid wins. And the Bucks have been stumbling to the finish line. I think they started 5-1. Since then, they're 2-8. That's not good. You don't want to stumble into the playoffs. Like, you want to be playing your best football in December and January as you transition into the postseason. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not doing that. They're doing the exact opposite. They're trying to back their way in, scoreboard watch their way in the playoffs. That's not how you get it done. Like, you got to get it done on the field. Not at home on your couch rooting for a team to beat another team so you could get in. No. We're not doing that. Our 49ers aren't doing that. See, we were already in. We're not scoreboard watching. You know, there's scoreboard watchers, and then there are people who make it happen on the gridiron. You know, we fancy ourselves the latter.
I like the Panthers. I like the Panthers as well. I think it's self-explanatory. I just think they're the better team. Another playoff implication game, Seahawks versus 49ers. Whoever wins not only wins the NFC West, but gets the number 1 seed in the highly coveted bye week for the first round of the playoffs. Richard, since we already know who you're going to pick.
Before I pick, one thing I will say, I appreciate playing the Bears and the Seahawks as we go into the playoffs, right? 2 playoff teams. How do we measure up? We showed the world how we measured up against the Bears in the game of the year, nail biter all the way down to the last play. And I'm thinking we're going to get the Seahawks too. 13-4, number 1 seed, just like we were 2 years ago. Only difference is the Chiefs are at home this go round. 49ers. Close game.
I think this game comes down to X's and O's. I think, and this is not biased, 49ers are a really good team. What scares me, both of these quarterbacks, first and foremost, are trigger happy. And when you have quarterbacks who are trigger happy and throw the ball a lot, they usually turn the ball over. Both of these quarterbacks. I think this game is going to come down to one play. whether whoever wins, the Seahawks or the 49ers. I think it's going to be one costly play. Sam Darnold has turned the ball over a lot this year, and the Seahawks have gotten away with a lot. I think remember I said this, whoever loses this game is going to regret it, because I don't think either one of these teams are prepared to go on the road and face someone with a competent defense when your quarterback is trigger happy and when your quarterback turns the ball over as much as they do. Both. I think this comes down to who has the better overall team. And in my opinion, right now, the Seahawks have the better team. I think the Seahawks are better coached. I think the Seahawks and the 49ers had an awful quarterback, awful schedule, but have gotten away with a lot. I think when you look back over the 49ers season,
what have we gotten away with?
You've beat who you were supposed to beat for the most part, and you lost to teams who have competent defenses. Am I lying? With that being said, he knows I'm right. That's why he's not saying. If I was wrong, he would have said I was wrong. But anyway,
Let you finish.
I say the Seahawks win because they have the better team.
It took you a while to come to that conclusion.
I like the Seahawks. I say this is a nail-biter game. Let's go 28-24 Seahawks. Next game. Any rebuttals?
Not yet. Next game.
Next game, we have the Saints and the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons. They're going to make it interesting.
I think the Falcons win as well.
I think they win. Now, shout outs to the Saints, though. They've won, I believe, 4 games in a row.
And you play to win the game.
They've been playing
But
great.
you might want to lose this because whoever their quarterback is not going to get them over the hump for next season. I think you might want to rest some people on the low. Rest some people, Kellen Moore, so you can get
like y'all did with Sudfield that year. Seinfeld or Sudfield? What's his name?
Sudfield. Get a better draft pick.
Oh, Tank, huh? That what you going with?
Yeah. Go ahead and Tank.
Speaking from experience.
Yep. I like the Falcons as well. Next game. Browns and Bengals. Let's find out who's going to be the fourth. No, it's already the Browns. But who's sorrier, the Bengals or the Browns? I like the Bengals.
I'm hoping Myles Garrett gets a sack. Go ahead and break the sack record. Solidify Defensive Player of the Year. But as far as the game itself, I'm going with the Bengals as well. I think they'll just score more points than the Browns. That's why they'll win.
Next game, we have the Colts and the Texans. I think the Texans will be resting a lot of people, so therefore I'm going to pick the Colts to win this game.
I'm going with the Texans. I think the Phillip Rivers experiment may be over. Shout outs to old man
They're
Rivers.
starting Riley Leonard, too.
Yeah, I think he may be going back into retirement again. I think it was fun while it lasted. Pretty cool story for the league. Shout outs to him for coming back. But I'm going with the Texans. And in 2030, maybe we'll see Phillip Rivers get a gold jacket, get inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who do you like and why?
I'm going with the Jags. I think they're hitting their stride. I believe they've won maybe 6 games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Playing great football. I don't know too many teams playing better football than the Jags right now. I think they close out the Titans 13-4.
I also like the Jags as well. I feel like, even though I forgot to mention this in the last game with the Colts and the Texans, if the Texans were to beat the Colts and the Jaguars were to lose, the Texans will win the division. But I do think that the Jags will win regardless. So I like the Jags, and I'm going to stick with my Colts pick. Next game, we have the Packers versus the Green Bay. We have the Packers visiting the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Vikings.
Not sure what that was about, America. I don't see any red cup. We'll just, maybe he was just a little asleep at the wheel. But thanks.
I like the Vikings.
Good thing for him. He asked me.
Right.
So
right. I like the Vikings.
We'll go with the.
Who do you like?
think I'm going to go with the Minnesota Packers. I'm going to go with the Vikings, too. So
I think the
Vikings
Packers
win.
are dead body walking like another team I know in San Francisco. Anyway,
San Francisco Giants, the baseball team.
Cowboys Giants. Speaking of the Giants.
Cowboys Giants. So let me say this real quick. Hearing a lot of talk about whether or not Dak Prescott should play. It's a meaningless game. Let's be very clear. He gets paid $60 million a year to be the Cowboys quarterback, and he's healthy. So kudos to him for wanting to play in the game.
Wanting to pad his stats.
I think he
Let's
should
call a
play.
spade a spade.
No, he wants to do his
He
job.
wants to pad his stats.
He wants to do his job.
That's what he wants to do.
Man gets paid to do a job.
He wants to pad his stats.
Man gets paid to do a job.
We don't do that in
You
Philadelphia.
get paid to do what you do. I
We
get
want-
paid to do what I do.
we get paid
Dak
to win-
Prescott is an NFL starting quarterback.
We get paid to win Super Bowls. That's what we get paid to do.
Well, I guess you're working for free this year.
What are you talking about? Anyway, I like the Cowboys.
Cowboys win the game,
I like
whether
the
he starts
Cowboys.
or not, but he should play.
I think the Giants are a dumb organization. I would have never tried to win that Raiders game. Now you out the first pick. You'd be lucky to get the second pick. Why? At this point, you need a quarterback. Jackson Dart is not the answer. I'm here to tell you this here first.
Cowboy fans, forgive me, but if you were going to win with Dak, you'd have did it already. So whether he gets hurt, we don't want to risk his future.
What future?
You haven't played in the NFC title game since 1995. So if you were going to do it with him, you'd have done it already. He can play against the Giants. And if he gets hurt, so be it. Injuries are part of the game.
Right.
I'm going with the
Joe.
Cowboys.
You'll go with Joe Milton next year. Anyway, next game we have the Jets visiting the Bills. I think the Bills got a salty taste in their mouth. Pause. Pause.
I'm going with the Bills. Not sure what this guy's on. We're going to keep it moving, America. I'm going with the Bills. I might suspend his opportunity to even make a pick on this game because he's just out of control. So, Lions-Bears. He just got a one-game suspension in real time on the set. He's not picking that game. Lions-Bears, I got the Bears.
I got the Bears too. I got the Bears too. I think no, I do not have the Bears. I picked the Lions. I think the Lions are going to play spoiler, so I like the Lions.
You don't like the Lions. You want them to win so you all can get the number 2 seed.
Exactly.
Right. So you really believe the Bears will win,
No.
but you just made a pick with your heart.
No, the Lions. Anytime they got Jahmyr Gibbs, they're a problem.
They've had them all season, and they're out of the playoffs. Not much of a problem. Chargers, Broncos.
Two teams that also beat us. Who did I pick? Who you got?
Chargers, Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos.
I think I picked the Chargers. I say the Chargers are the better team, and that'll be proven in the playoffs. I think they have a better offense than the Broncos. Therefore, that makes them the better team because both of their defenses are good.
Chargers' offensive line is suspect. Broncos' defensive line is elite. I think the Broncos lead the league in sacks. Meanwhile, the Chargers' offensive line has given up the most 5-sack games this year.
Broncos don't get too happy.
Stir
about
that up. I'm going with the Broncos.
A couple years ago, we had a number 1 sack historic record, and we lost the Super Bowl. That meant nothing. So, don't hold your horses on that. Next game, we have the Cardinals and the Rams. I like the Rams. I think they're better if they play their 4th string. The Cardinals are just the Cardinals.
I like the Rams as well. They're going to be on get back for losing 2 games in a row to the Seahawks and the Falcons, respectively. And they're going to take it out on the Cardinals. I wouldn't want to be the Cardinals this week. I'm going with the Rams.
Next game, we have the Chiefs and the Raiders. Who do you like and why? Can we believe that the Chiefs are 6-10?
I'm going with the Raiders. Chiefs will be 6-11.
Wow.
Going with the Raiders. Genty, Bowers, and company get it done. The Chiefs are in disarray.
I like the Chiefs. I think they're just the better team. Next game, we have the Dolphins visiting the Patriots. Stephon Diggs, brother, stay out of trouble. I like the Patriots. I like the Dolphins. I picked the Dolphins in this game. think the Dolphins sneak one.
I'm going with the Patriots. I think the Patriots win handily, at least by double digits. Dolphins made their record respectable. I think they had a nice little win streak before they lost to the Steelers, maybe 4 or 5 games in a row. But they won't win this one. Going with the Patriots.
Next game, we have the Washington Commanders visiting my Philadelphia Eagles. I will be at this game on Sunday. I like my Eagles to finish out the year strong with Tanner McKee, lock up that 2 seed, which we deserve.
You'll beat the Commanders, but you won't be getting that 2 seed. So
You hope.
you know what that means.
You hope. Next game, Sunday Night Football. We have the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I like the Ravens. No DK Metcalf for the Steelers. Will Aaron Rodgers be able to push the ball down the field and have some balance offensively? Because throwing to the tight ends every play is not going to get it done. So I'm looking at this game. Winner advances, loser goes home, winner go home scenario.
It's a playoff game.
I trust Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry more than I trust Aaron Rodgers without DK Metcalf. And no guarantee TJ Watt's going to play. So I'm looking at that as well. For that matter, no guarantee Lamar Jackson's going to play. But I'm still going with the Ravens.
I like the Ravens as well. I think they're the better team just because perhaps no Calvin Austin, no DK for sure, and then they're missing one more guy.
Valdez Scantling?
No.
Adam Thielen?
No Calvin Austin, no DK. And it's the big tight end, Washington. He has a broken arm, so he's out indefinitely. So I think because of that reason, the lack of weapons, I think the Steelers are good as done. Shout out to that fan in Detroit. You cost the Steelers playoffs.
Potentially.
And then shout out DK Metcalf. You made an awful, stupid decision, and it cost your team, unfortunately. Because you could have, in my book, you probably would have beat the Browns last week with DK.
So does that warrant a shout-out?
Shout out. Hopefully, maybe next year you'll learn from your mistake. Oh, and shout out to the GM of the Steelers. You are the dumbest GM in the league because you traded George Pickens and he had an all-star year. So, shout out to you. And shout out to my Eagles because we about to go back-to-back on these folks. I would say something else, but we trying to keep it PG.
Shout out to Kyle Shanahan, Coach of the Year campaign.
What?
Has us
Coach of the Year?
Absolutely. Number 1 seed contention with all the injuries we've sustained this year. 13-4. On the horizon of 13-4.
You played a third, fourth place schedule. What are you talking about?
6 victories in a row. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearson.
How about Mike Vrabel?
Brandon Ayuk.
How about Mike Vrabel?
How about him? He could be second or third.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He took a second-year nobody, a 4-win team, to get him to 13 wins in his first season, and he's not Coach of the Year?
No, because it's Kyle Shanahan. Maybe you didn't.
How long has Kyle Shanahan been in San Francisco?
That's irrelevant.
With this sorry team. Every year we saying the same thing. He sucks at game management. He's not a good coach. And y'all will never win a Super Bowl as long as you have him as your coach. Remember I said that.
Tranquilo, hermano. Calm down.
Oh, learn a little Spanish.
Calm down. Earlier in the show, you said we're a really good team. Now we're a sorry team. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. In this episode, you're all over the place. The Packers are at Green Bay. You're pausing. You're just all over the place. So, as I normally do, I'm going to help you out, right? So we can finish strong. 49ers, the next road game we play will be next season. We're going to beat the Seahawks. Then we will beat, I'm going to say, the Rams in the divisional round. Then we'll beat the Bears again in the NFC title. And then we'll beat Buffalo in the Super Bowl. That's what's going to happen. Thank y'all for playing. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Soon to have more subscribers. Any parting words, Daniel, son?
Y'all just watch and stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Go Birds.
Peace. Over and out.